Hey you guys, welcome back to Goodreads Book Crew. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. If you are a returning subscriber, make sure that you like the video, share the video, and drop your comments down below. And welcome back to the channel. Now you guys, if you watched the previous video, we were reading Kim Lost Words. And I didn't realize that the video had stopped. I was all the way in chapter 6, reading the book, just giving my commentary on the book. And I looked up and I realized, the camera's not on anymore. It had to completely shut off. So it stopped y'all in chapter 4. All right, so I decided to go ahead and come on back on him and read as much as I can get through before my Cowboys come on, because, baby, I gotta watch my Cowboys game. And don't y'all drop no comments below about the Cowboys. This is not about the Cowboys. This is about Kim's Lost Words, okay? And P. Diddy. Don't do my Cowboys. I get offended, okay? All right, y'all. Let me get back into the video. Into the book. Sorry, it ended abruptly. And like I said in the comment section on the last video, that noise y'all heard, it was not a fart. It sounded like what? See, you heard now? That was the chair. That was so funny. But anyway, let me go ahead and get back into the book, y'all, because I was reading. I had got into some good stuff, and y'all hadn't even heard any of it. I'm like, OMG. At first, I wasn't going to come back and read it, but I see that some of y'all are watching the video and even commenting, whether it's about the poot or not, whether the non-poot or not, y'all watching the video and y'all coming. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and finish it. So where it left off, it was at chapter 4, forgiveness. Okay, so I'm just start back at the beginning of the paragraph. I know where it stopped because I marked it. Oh, excuse me. It says, as Quincy left, Sean looked at me and smiled. Baby, let's go have some fun. The babysitter is on the way. I just want to show you a good time. I was so mad at myself for melting as I said, okay. We sat on the couch laughing and genuinely having a good time. When the doorbell rang, the babysitter had arrived, and so we left. As we exited the house, a big man climbed out of the limo and opened the door for us. He wore a sharp suit with a gun notably tucked under his arm. I thought to myself, he could have made it invisible, or did he want me to see it? Maybe he did. See, I gave my commentary at the beginning when I read this the first time and y'all didn't hear it. I said, I wonder if that's Gene Deal, and then I got to the next page and it said, despite my reservations, Gene was a sweetheart, so I was right. He was very courteous and polite as he tipped his head and said, good evening, ma'am. Gene drew a smile out of me as I responded, hello. Gene and I will see each other a lot after this date. Chapter 5, Sean Niels. The year passed and thankfully we didn't have many bad arguments, although Sean was strangely getting into voodoo. He would put curses on people and I wasn't sure how to respond to that craziness. My problem as a single mother was I wanted to be married. He always had excuses and delays when it came to committing to marriage. His label was blowing up, Biggie dropped, and it was just about over. He also signed Mary J. Blige, and of course, when I found out he slept with her, we fought. He claimed it was a mistake, and my stupid ass took him back. Again. Sean asked me for a threesome with her. At first, I was mad, but Mary was beautiful. It was our first threesome, and I loved it. Mary was sexy. I would not be doing this a lot, but it's so hot. I was young, and exploring my sexuality was enticing. Over the years, we brought women into our bedroom periodically, and we were happy. That is until one day I came home to a situation that went from awkward to a nightmare. And I can't believe y'all missed this part out because I was like going in, but now it's not going to be much of a reaction because I read this already. Quincy was with the babysitter and Sean was sitting with Al B. Shore at the dinner table. I had a child with Al, and Sean was the father in Quincy's life. The awkwardness of us being together had dissolved a long time ago, but it was still weird in that they were here, in my home, together, alone. I sat down and we had drinks. It was fun. The conversation was cool, until it wasn't. Al was a little loose after a couple of drinks. I remember him saying, "It's still weird seeing you with my friend, but you're happy, so I'm happy for you guys." Sean responded, "Thanks, man." "Me and you, we've shared so much," Al replied coolly, "Word." The conversation took an odd and awkward turn when Sean said, "We all been together sexually, but not together." I was shocked for a moment. As quietness lingered in the room, I asked, "What do you mean by all together?" "Okay, what do you mean, sir?" Al shifted uncomfortably, but Sean didn't hesitate. "You know how we sometimes invite people into our bed?" I couldn't believe it. "Oh, hell no." "Sean, this is my son's father." "Al, say something." What Al said was mind-boggling. "I don't know. It could be kind of hot." Say what? I miss you in that way. Although I couldn't believe Sean would do this, the truth was I still cared about Al. And this could be very hot. Okay. I just didn't want it messing up my I just didn't want it messing up my relationship. And if things became awkward, how would it affect Quincy? So I asked, "Are you both serious?" I imagined both of them inside of me. I knew this would be awkward, sexually. There would be some bumping of genitals, but what happened next, I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams. Al, blank, 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 and yes, they put the X's there like here I had said in the disclaimer at the beginning, so they didn't put some of the stuff. They suck. I still ain't figured out what they said. I wish I know what they said, but it said, "I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams. Al, blank, 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 blank." I couldn't believe it. I stood there in shock. But when Sean, blank, 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 I ran out of the room. And it says it's X's, so I'm saying blank, y'all. So I don't know. Use your imagination, because I can't figure it out. This was too much. I couldn't. Sean called out to me, "Oh, come on, Kimmy. They didn't chase after me. They blank, blank, blank." So I guess they kept it going, honey. I couldn't get the image out of my mind. I couldn't be with Sean for a while, but that wouldn't be the last time I saw Sean in a compromising position. Not by a long shot. One day I found a vault where he keeps all his encounters with men. Yes, he kept record of it. But that's for later. Chapter 6. See, I was into chapter 6 and y'all didn't even know. All right. Biggie took over East Coast hip-hop, and Sean was the brilliant mind that orchestrated it. He hired people to teach Chris how to flow and write his lyrics. He hired the best producers to do the beats, although he took credit for them, and the music was unstoppable. At this point, Sean was sleeping with all the power players, and everyone that wanted to do music wanted to be a bad boy. Sean wheeled and dealed in a way that would have been unthinkable to many. He slept with the guys that really controlled the music to stay on top. A lot of names average people have never heard of. These are the guys that make the decisions on who is winning and who is not. He hosted parties that were just a fancy name for orgies, and everyone wanted in. Yeah, y'all know the freak offs. They called it orgies, but that's the freak offs. We learned that now. When I met Tupac, Sean and I had an open relationship, and yes, I slept with Pac. Shit, he was sexy. Sean didn't mind. Well, not until he tried to get Pac to join both of us. Pac was not good with that. This is where the relationship between them became strained. Tupac wasn't going to accept Sean's advances. Pac wasn't gay, and he was pissed about the advances. We were all in Sean's house. I was drinking, they were smoking, and everyone was just relaxing. Sean came in on what I am sure would call a smooth approach. My baby is bad, isn't she? Pac threw a sly smile. Hell yeah. I felt myself blush. Sean was now in full swing. You think you hit it better than me? I couldn't believe he disrespected me that way. I was not playing with my response, Sean. What the fuck? Pac came to my defense. Bro, you ain't gotta do a sister that way. Tupac appeared upset behind Sean's words, but Sean went in for the kill regardless. I think my dick is bigger than yours. I bet I can make her come faster than you. What's up? Pac was appalled. What the fuck you talking about, nigga? I ain't trying to run no fucking train. Sean continued. What you scared of? What you scared of? Let's see who fucks better. Let her be the judge. Yes, at this point, we had been inviting others into our bed for a while, but I am not used to and will not stand for disrespect. I wasn't the only one upset. Pac shouted, nigga, you talking about pulling your fucking dick out? Sean was undaunted. What, you scared? Tupac simply left. And I told y'all, so don't be in the comments talking about the cuss word. This is not a kids channel. This is for adults. Adults, men and women, adults, not kids. So I'm going to read the book how the book says. At first I was trying not to say the words, but hey, it is what it is, okay? All right, and it's going to be a disclaimer at the beginning, so read the disclaimer. Things were continued since then. The two could not be in the same room. Pac avoided me as much as he did Sean. When they did bump into each other, the tension was palpable. It felt like blows could be thrown at any moment. I got to keep looking up there, make sure the camera going. Months passed with only the tension between them. It was uncomfortable, but nothing life or death. Then one day, while we were at the studio, it happened. I walked into Sean's office and he was having the conversation. I think this is where I realized the camera stopped the last time. All right. So Sean sat across from Jimmy Henchman. Pac, don't leave that fucking studio alive. I don't think I was supposed to hear it. Ooh, so so Sean, that's what Sean was saying to Jimi Hendrix. And then Kim said, I don't think I was supposed to hear it. I continued as if I didn't. Hey, Sean. Good morning, Jimmy. They didn't seem to think I heard anything. I'm ordering breakfast, smiling. Sean replied, first, let me get eggs sunny side up with grits and an orange juice. I could see he was hungover. Good. I don't want him knowing I know anything. If he just put a hit on Pac, knowing something could be dangerous, Jimmy, apparently not hungry, said, nothing for me. As he stood to the next room, he said to Sean, let's make that happen. Then nodded to me and said, Kim, always a pleasure, with a wink to me and a nod to Sean, turned and walked out. Jimmy was a part of our intimate circle. I went on as if nothing happened. I'll make the call now, I smiled as I left, hoping I wasn't white as a sheet. I wasn't in the studio the night Pac survived being shot, thank God. From what I understand, Sean and Chris saw Pac at the studio after he'd been shot and did nothing. The way God works, after being shot, Pac made it to the elevator and tried to escape, but it stopped on the floor. Sean and Chris were on. When the doors opened, they saw him lying on the elevator floor, riddled with bullets. The fact that they didn't call an ambulance, although they saw Pac laying there swimming in the pool of his own blood, swimming in the pool of his own blood would be all the evidence Pac ever needed. He, of course, assumed they placed the hit, and Tupac is a soldier. This is not something that would be unanswered. Tupac didn't do well. He lost testicles, but he survived. It was orchestrated, and Sean Puffy Combs was the orchestrator. Still going? Okay. Oh, my food in there smelling good too, y'all. I went in there and stored my seafood boil as well before the game started. I got me some crab legs and some shrimp and some corn. I don't have the sausages and the potatoes. I forgot about them, but it's all right. All I need is my crab legs, my snow crabs, my shrimp, and my corn, and I'm good. All right, back to the book. Chapter 7, Threats. At this point, I knew I had to get away from him, but I was scared. Is he going to take my life if I try to escape? One February evening, I thought I found my opportunity at a dinner after the event. When we were at the Ritzy restaurant in a private booth. It was an exclusive setup. We were alone, but we were in public. Perfect. Sean was on the phone talking to an unknown listener as he sat down. His words on that call would be etched into my mind forever. We're going to release Who Shot You Now? That's the song Biggie did. Okay. After Tupac got shot. He waited for a response, then went on to say, of course they're going to think B.I.G. was talking about Pac. That's the whole fucking point. Nobody will give a fuck about a diss track against LL fucking Cool J. Do you know how much money we'll make with this kind of rap beef? Niggas battling after someone really got shot? This might not be the best time for this conversation. Sean was finishing up. We drop that shit tomorrow. He listened to the phone and then responded, there's going to be blood in the street. Niggas missed. Pac's alive. Let's capitalize on that shit. When he responds, it's just gonna mean more money. He turned around and looked at me, spoke back into the phone. I'll call you back. Then hung up and spoke to me. What's wrong? What do you mean what's wrong? Like, dude, are you serious? Child, the devil. I tried my best to give a fake smile at what I heard. After all, me and Pac were intimate. I responded, nothing. Sean wasn't fooled. Are you sure? He knew it because he said this stuff in front of her just because he knew about how she felt about Pac. He ain't, boy. Anyway, his demeanor was threatening, but I responded as cool as I could, mustered to his intimidating stare. Yeah, of course. He took my hand saying, that's wonderful. He began to squeeze my hand until it hurt as he continued, because seeing you walk in that office while I was talking about killing that motherfucker and you not saying shit to me had me just a little concerned. Ooh-wee. His grip was starting to hurt badly. You're hurting me. As he continued, he squeezed tighter. You pretending you didn't hear anything was a sign of your loyalty to me. Not something I should be concerned with, right? I had no choice but to give him the answer he wanted. I knew I was trapped when I responded. Of course I'm loyal to you. He let me go as he responded, good. And remember, I got the big dick. Oh, wow. I snatched my hand back in pain. He smiled and said, let's start off with good wine. He snapped his fingers and his favorite wine was poured for him. They knew what Sean wanted, and what he wanted, he got. I'm trapped. Now isn't the time for me to launch my escape plan. I have to be strategic. It's going to be hard to leave the glamour, the glitz, the lifestyle. I mean, this man just snapped his fingers in one of the most exclusive restaurants in New York City, and they poured his drink of choice. The bottle of wine is $800, and this is $19.94. The list to get in this place is 6 months long if you're somebody. Mayor Giuliani has a table here tonight also. If I got up and walked out, I would be safe. But what about tomorrow? I had to think. He sipped his wine and smiled. You're not drinking. He pointed to my glass, and of course a waiter filled it. They knew what I liked as well. Is the camera still going? Yeah, okay. Sean has a bad temper. He yells sometimes. And okay, he's roughed me up. Oh, he's roughed me up once or twice, but he never punched me. He never bruised me, and he never hit Quincy. I would not have stood for that. He never laid a hand on my son. At that time, I never thought of him touching Quincy in any way. Then the significance of what he said hit me. Is he mad at Tupac over me? I'm the big dick? Oh my God. The last time he put his hands on me, it was because I enjoyed Jamie Foxx too much. Wow. Is that why he had an issue with Jamie? Shit, he enjoyed Jamie too. He gets so insanely jealous. It's not fair. He wants to bring other men into the bedroom but gets jealous when he does. Damn, you're quiet tonight, he said, snapping me back into the present. I asked the question that was burning in my mind since I walked into the office. What does Chris think of this? He looked at me coolly and said, his fast ass better just keep doing music. A third guest was escorted. Yes, it had definitely stopped. Okay. Let me start back over right here because I think it stopped when I thought it did, but just in case. Okay. The last time he put his hands on me, it was because I enjoyed Jamie Foxx too much. Shit, he enjoyed Jamie too. He gets so insanely jealous, it's not fair. He wants to bring other men into the bedroom, but gets jealous when he does. Damn, you're quiet tonight, he said, snapping me back into present. I asked the question that was burning in my mind since I walked into the office. What does Chris think of this? He looked at me coolly and said, I said fast ass a while ago. His fat ass better just keep doing music. A third guest was escorted over by security. Sean motioned for him to sit. A waiter walked over to Sean Carter and asked, would you like something? That's Jay-Z. Carter responded, no thank you, then said hello to me with a smile. Smiling, I replied, hey Carter, and took a sip of my drink. The Seans may share a bed together from time to time, but thankfully I was never asked to join. What? Oh my God. Not the Seans. Ooh, Jay-Z. Child. Hey, whatever floats they both child, but damn. Okay. Baby. Hold on, bro. Wait a minute. I can't even find where I stopped. That blew my mind. Wait, okay. The Seans may have shared a bed together from time to time, but thankfully I was never asked to join. Carter went on to speak to Sean. I thought they were meeting in private. Sean replied with a nonchalant shrug. I had to discuss something with her. It's fine. Oh, he said he thought they were meeting in private. Okay. Sean said I had to discuss something with her first. It's fine. Go ahead. He wielded this kind of power. Carter shifted uncomfortably in his chair before continuing. It's true. Chris and Pop were about to start their own label. Sean slammed his fist against the table, shouting, doesn't anyone have any fucking loyalty? Carter, well, that's not what's happening right now. Sean peered at Carter with distrust. Why the fuck are you so eager to share this with me? So is he saying Chris? Oh no, Jimmy was the dude that was that he told take Tupac out. Okay, sorry, the names got me confused. All right, Chris is your man. Fuck, he brought you on, and you're stabbing him in the back. Carter responded with indignity. First, I'm tired of being that nigga's son. I need to come out from under his damn shadow. Sean smiled slightly. Okay, I respect that. Carter kept going. On top of that, this nigga is making that move, and it should have been with me. Sean looked at Carter blankly. Pac put Chris on. You know this. What's this really about, Carter? Don't fucking try to play me. The Jay-Z of today wasn't born yet. This young Sean Carter was in over his head, cornered, and had to spill it out. I want his spot. Ambition. Now this is a man I can work with. Sean made a grandiose gesture towards, I guess that's what they say, grandiose gesture towards Carter. Waiter, get this motherfucker whatever he wants. Carter smiled. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean responded. Honesty and ambition. We're going to make a lot of bread together. Carter ordered a drink, as he stated again. Guess he won't be leaving that nigga to do their own label now. Sean responded with his normal air of arrogance. Why don't you let me worry about that? I took this as my cue to escape. I told Sean I'm going to go ahead and get back to Quincy. Sean was wrapped up in his conversation with Carter and barely noticed as he excused me. Have the limo drop you off. We did eat. Oh, we didn't eat. He didn't care. I smiled and kissed him on the cheek and left. Chapter 8. Kidada. What is Kidada? Oh, maybe that's a person. Kidada. Actress, model, and fashion designer Kidada Jones was Tupac Shakur's fiance and is the daughter of record producer Quincy Jones. Oh, okay, I know who she is. Kadida, I don't know. And was the fiance of Tupac Shakur and the daughter of record producer Quincy Jones and actress Peggy Lipton. Being around other celebrities was just a part of life. Meeting Kadida was just one of those events. And as time went on, we became close. We hung out together. How you close to her and you was messing with her fiance? Okay. They doing too much, child. We hung out together, went shopping, and so on. It was about the same time I met Kimora. Oh, Kimora Lee Simmons. Okay. Those were the days, or so I thought. We always had girl talk, and the fact that she was dating someone I had previously been with wasn't a source of contention. We didn't get jealous of each other. It was just girl talk and stuff. No, I did not become intimate with Kadida. Kimora was too jealous of that. What? Wait, what? No, I did not become intimate with Kadida. Kimora was too jealous of that. Wait, so was you and Kimora intimate? Wait a minute, child. They was doing it up, honey, back in the day. Yes, Kadida knew about Kimora, Sean, and I all being together sexually. Shut the front door. Oh my God. Okay, let me calm down. Kimora, Sean, and Kim? Wow. Of course she did. We shared that kind of thing. We were open and honest with each other about almost everything. A true friendship, except I couldn't be open and honest about everything. Not anymore. Sean made sure of that. Kadida and Pac were the greatest couple. He was always so cool and yet sexy. She was so beautiful and fun. Before all attention and beef, we used to all hang out together. It was always dope vibes. But with Pac shooting, the suspicion surrounding Sean and Jimmy, the vibes between Kadida and I weren't always perfect. Then came the night. Award shows weren't anything new for us. At this point, we dolled up as the men groomed. We didn't choose what we wore. A stylist prepared our color palettes, and makeup artists did our makeup. and a hairstylist did our hair. This was just the way of things. We shared the best stylists in the business. Sometimes we'd all go into the studio for an event to get our measurements taken, but this time Khadijah seemed different. I felt like something was wrong, but when I probed her, she wouldn't say anything. Then the day before the event was here, we would all see each other inside. Even though Sean was my man, as far as props, I had nothing on Khadijah. Being Quincy Jones' daughter had perks, and superstardom was among them. Pac wasn't there. When she saw us, she came over to our table. We sat around kicking it in a very dope vibe. Sean knew he was going to clean up this award show. He had all but taken over the East Coast musically. With all the hits, there were really no way he wouldn't. Bad Boy is a Hall of Fame stuff now, and Sean P. Diddy Combs knew it. Sean smiled at Khadijah as she sat at our table, but something about that smile didn't seem authentic. Soon I would know why. He's sick when he has a grudge against someone. As she sat, Sean said, Bad Boy is going to clean the fuck up. From this table with Faith, Chris replied, hell yeah. And that new shit we're busting out, gonna have these niggas sick. Khadijah signaled for the waiter to pour her a glass of ginger ale that sat over at her table. As the waiter refreshed her drink, she said, Pac's music gonna get some love too. Sean grimaced. He's such a hater. Oh, come on, Sean. I know y'all got y'all differences, but you have to admit, the man makes great music. Sean looked at me out of the corner of his eye, then took another sip of his favorite cognac and replied, Bad Boy's got the hottest music on the fucking planet. I ain't tripping. Everybody gotta get their shine, right? Khadijah sighed. Sean, Tupac thinks you were involved in him getting shot. You two were close. You need to make this right. Sean responded indignantly. Why the fuck would that nigga think I had anything to do with it? Khadijah retorted. Sean, can't you blame him? Sean was oblivious. Sean was obviously not happy with that question by his reply. Hell yeah, I blame him. We had a good thing going, all of us. That nigga turned on me, and he has the fucking balls to blame me for his shooting. The indignity he managed to spew out while lying through his teeth was something I did not expect. I was thrown back for a moment before interjecting. Di, do we have to do this tonight? It's Sean's big night. Kimora heard the ruckus and made her way over to our table as well. She sat down and said, hey everybody, what's the big deal? Dimple smiled. I smiled and replied, hey. Khadijah also seemed happy to see her as she said, hey, what's up, Kimmy? Kimora never typed. She said, hey, what's up, Kimmy? Sorry, y'all. Kimora never typed to hold her tongue, went straight at it. The whole place is buzzing with the fact you're sitting here, accusing Sean of having Pac shot. Y'all kinda, loud, she laughed. Khadijah seemed embarrassed as she looked around to see everybody staring and whispering. Dang, they were talking loud. But she wasn't about to back off. In fact, she doubled down. Anybody here not talking about it ain't real anyway. I know that's right, girl. Stick up for your man, honey. We all know Sean was behind it. Kimora forced a smile. Honey, we don't have to do this here. Khadijah made clear she was not to be silenced as she continued. Oh, let's not hurt the feelings of Sean Puffy Combs. He only had one of the most prolific rappers in the game shot. Sean clenched his hands into fists. If this was anyone else, they would have been turned ugly. But this was Quincy Jones' daughter. Sean was a monster in the streets, well feared by men that he knew, but he did not want any other smoke with Quincy Jones could bring. He didn't want any other smoke that Quincy Jones could bring. Khadijah could continue with her impunity. Sean could not touch her. Christopher and Mary both wanted to defend the super producer that made them famous, but started to stand and make their way over to the table. But Sean signaled them off. With a firm motion of his hand, they remained in their seats watching helplessly. What? So everybody coming over, Kimora came over now. Chris and Mary want to come over. Like, child, they're a grown man, child. Let him handle that. And Kadita was right. Kadita seemed to be a full rampage. You're not safe in the street, Sean. You think you're untouchable. Kimora seemed almost red in the face when she grabbed Kadita by the hand, saying, I gotta go to the restroom. Kadita, not willing to stop, snatched her hand away, yelling, let go of me. Kimora needed her to get a grip and said sternly, as a parent speaking to a child, mid-tantrum, Data. Kadita turned and to her and yelled, what? Kimora nodded towards the crowded room, and Kadita looked around. Here she deflated slightly. Kimora, now in control, spoke firm but softly. Let's go powder our nose. Kadita nodded with a grimace and gave a sharp look back at Sean as she walked away. Baby. As the attention slowly melted away, I asked Sean, you okay? Sean didn't reply at first. He looked around, saw that no one was really paying attention now that the ruckus had died down, and stood to get the picture of ginger ale from Kadita's table. He poured himself a drink from it. Looked around. Y'all, so this time the first time it cut off, I heard it, but this second time it cut off again. So I actually finished chapter 8, and I was going to stop at chapter 9, but it cut off at the end. I'm going to go ahead and read that part, because that was a cliffhanger. Hold on, let me open it back up. All right, so I ended it where it said he poured himself a drink from it and looked around and saw no one was paying attention and put the pitcher under the table. What is he doing? Then I heard the distinct sound of liquid being poured into liquid. Oh my God. Y'all should have seen my reaction when I was like, what the? That's the chair, y'all. That is the chair. I promise y'all that is the chair. If y'all hear that. So she said, oh my God, is he peeing in the pitcher? He smiled at me as he brought the pitcher back from under the table and finally replied to me, I'm good. He then stood and returned the pitcher to the table. I was in awe. I knew he had a bad temper, but this was disgusting. It absolutely is. Nasty roach. I'll never eat or drink something again after we have an argument. Kadita and Kimora made their way back to Kadita's table to sit, as Sean watched on quietly. Sean made small talk. Which songs do you think they'll give me awards for? As Kadita poured her drink, Sean's bodyguard made his way over to the table. I think he stopped her from drinking, as everyone else just sat and watched. So I guess everybody did see him peeing the damn thing, and nobody wasn't going to say nothing. Thank God for Jean. Jean risked incurring Sean's wrath, if I'm right. Relieved, I replied, babe, your catalog is crazy. It could be a lot of songs. Sean glared at Kadita's table the entire night. All right, you guys. So now that's the end of chapter 8. And we'll pick this back up on chapter 9. So I'm probably not going to start chapter 9 today. And depending on how many views this video get and the first one get, I may not come back on here and read it. But if y'all want me to finish reading the book, make sure that y'all are watching the other videos and y'all making sure that y'all liking it and y'all putting y'all comments down below. So if y'all are interacting with the video, then yes, I'll go ahead and I'll continue reading chapter 9, but not today because I smell my food in there. So I need to go in there and check on it. It's probably done. And the Cowboys are going to be playing in a little bit. So that's going to be all for today, you guys. So if y'all want me to finish reading this book, it is interesting. It is definitely interesting. I'm going to finish reading it. But if y'all want me to finish reading it on here, make sure y'all liking the video and y'all leaving a comment and let me know. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. And thank you for joining me on this channel. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.